we're back refilling, but with something new and absolutely delicious. For the first time ever, I made my own croutons. They are so good. Herb seasoning, Parmesan cheese. I used 3 of a 6-pack of hot dog buns, and they have come out like really good. Evidently, they will last about a week in a sealed jar, but I don't think they're going to last a week. What I like about croutons is that they make a salad a little bit more of a meal. I put a lot of things in there, especially this time of year. Like I'll put oranges in there and maybe some pepperoncini and artichoke hearts and just all sorts of stuff, because I really like tomatoes and cucumber, but this is not the season to buy them when they're really any good. I'm kind of a tomato and cucumber snob over the years. But croutons in the salad will definitely make it go a little longer. Sometimes I'll have a big salad and I'm still kind of hungry after that. So this will definitely fill me up. And look, it just fit this quart jar, it looks like. Looking forward to those. In the course of mixing up those croutons, you know, little pieces of bread came off, and they're seasoned. So I put those also with the croutons, and I have these kind of highly seasoned breadcrumbs. So I'm just going to put them in this plastic, like I think a peanut butter jar. I'm just going to fill it up and continue filling it up. This I'm actually going to keep in the freezer and add it to my Walmart breading. I love this. I love doing stuff like this. You can really make your money go way further. So that's all there is for now. Couldn't find a smaller one, but I'll just keep filling it up because I've got more hot dog buns to turn into croutons. So I'm filling my lunch tote now with all sorts of drink items that I want to have with me. I spend the night from time to time at friends' house, and you know, people have different things they like to drink and do, and this, that, and the other. And I really like caffeinated tea in the morning, and I really like it with white sugar. So I have one of these bags of caffeinated tea in here, and I'm going to add some more. This is from that beautiful box that friend of mine sent me from Montana. So I figure if I have these items already in my lunch tote when I go stay with somebody, then you know, I don't have to worry if they have white sugar or caffeinated tea. Not everyone has caffeinated tea. Not everyone has white sugar, so it's a definite concern. I have this big container of sugar packages. I worked in an office at one point, and the office closed, so I took all the sugar packets with permission, of course. So I'm just going to take some of these out and put them in here. Oops. So I've got just kind of my basic for 1 or 2 mornings. That caffeinated tea really is like night and day for me. There we are, it's all filled up. We've got the tea bags and the sugar. I also really like this Costco mocha mix, mocha cappuccino. I think it was $13 for a huge container of it, and I've been going through it, but there's still plenty. So I'm going to take this in my little bag too. Oops, so all I need is water, and I could have something like this to drink. Oops. It is going everywhere. It's going to be a little bit of cleanup. There we go. So that's going to go in my little go bag. And since I like it in the morning, I'm going to put some in this jar too. I have this whole breakfast bar kind of by default with hot cocoa, hot tea, cranberries for oatmeal, all sorts of stuff that's probably going to disappear in the summer, but it's building up. This will last me for a while. Last year, right before Christmas, I purchased this 6-pack of Ghirardelli triple chocolate brownie mix. I purchased it from Costco, and I think I said there were 6 bags in here, and boy, it's just a great, great brownie mix. So I'm going to go ahead, and I have 3 of them left in here of the 6. I'm hoping they're going to fit in here. I really don't feel comfortable having them in a box like this in the pantry. I don't have mice this time, thank God. Did a lot of work to get rid of them, but even so, why tempt fate? Let's see if this is even going to fit. And once I find something that fits, I'm going to cut off the directions and put it in there too. Well, it seems like it, yeah, just fits. So let me cut off those directions and put them in the box. Okay, here we go. So I'm probably going to have to fold this to get it in there. It's really a tight fit. They did come out good. I highly recommend this. There. Oh. It's struggling, but it made it. Well, my hot cocoa ran out. This and also the canister I got from Walmart. So I went back to Walmart and all they have is this Nestle. So actually, it started me on a kind of a mission. Let me move this out of the way. I was online looking at all the different prices for hot cocoa and what is the best deal. And I got Great Values last time, and it looked like it was the best deal. But I got a container like this. Here's the Nestle. It's like twice the size. It's bigger around and it's taller, and it was only about half full. So, you know, I just don't know what to say. This one was about 75 cents more, I think, or maybe at the most $1 more. It's all they had left. They had this and some envelopes of Swiss mix. So I'm real curious to see how this one is insofar as flavor. I got to get a knife for this. And not only flavor, but also servings. It was interesting. I just did this little research, and gosh, it looked like Swiss Miss in bulk was the greatest. Let's see, that's not really that full either. Look at that. It's about here. I have to next year or whenever I have to go and really look at the containers. But I looked at Swiss Miss, and that was by far the best deal because they had all these, gosh, so many more servings. And then I looked, and the serving size was 6 ounces, and you know, a cup is 8 ounces. So it's really hard to tell which is the best buy. You have to look at servings, you have to look at size, and you have to look at cents per ounce, and also flavor. I'm going to see. I like the Walmart, but you needed to have a lot to have any sort of flavor. So I'm going to see if this is actually maybe a better deal because you need perhaps less to get a really nice cocoa flavor. I just really like to get my money's worth, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And it's all these little ways that makes the difference. This even smells more chocolatey. Next year I'm going to buy one of each type, a Nestle, a Swiss Mix, and a Walmart. And I'm going to determine once and for all which one I like best. I also need to refill my jar for sugar for tea and whatever. So I don't think what's left in here is going to, yeah, I've still got a little bit left in here. I'm just going to leave it alone. I have more bulk sugar to fill this with. But in the meanwhile, I got my side of the sink sugar filled up. So some lessons have been learned in this refilling journey. One of them is not to put marshmallows in a jar like this, and the other one is not to put powdered sugar in a jar like this and jam it in and expect to get it out again, because it's not going to happen. I probably could get it out if I worked on it for the next 15 years, but I'm going to have to just kind of pour it out of here until I can, I don't know. I like powdered sugar. I'd like to use more of it on like baked goods and waffles and stuff like this. I do like syrup on waffles, but not a lot of syrup. If I had my druthers, I just prefer having either powdered sugar or brown sugar on waffles. It's just lighter and less messy. Though I do like blueberry syrup from IHOP. I have to learn how to make that at one point. It can't be that hard. I do like it a lot. But IHOP's expensive. I don't know, I haven't been there in years. I paid a fortune for some pancakes, waffles or something, and they were good, but not that much good. Okay, I put this over the side, and maybe it'll help ease this powdered sugar out of here. There we go. Oh my God. It's a struggle. It's just jammed in there so tight after I put it in. I got it into the the container, but it just got completely, I don't know, jammed in. Uh-oh. I think it's going to be okay. Just have to shake it down. That's empty. All right. Yeah, there we go. Perfect fit. I recently got this new dehydrator called an Ostba, O-S-T-B-A. My other one just broke. So this is the first time I'm testing it. I made apples with cinnamon on it, cinnamon and sugar. And I did sort of a test with these. I just did 2 trays and everything came out fine. I love the compact size. So now that I know everything came out fine, I'm going to do the rest of my apples in here. But it's always good to try stuff, especially before the end of the return period. I got this on Amazon. Sometimes apples and stuff can stick. So while it's still going, I always go into the dehydrator and move stuff around a little bit so that it does not stick when it cools down. It helps. Sometimes it sticks a little bit, but it helps. If you don't do that, sometimes it'll just be glued. Here's my bag. Well, I'm finding I like a teaspoon or so of powdered sugar on my waffles in the morning, my pumpkin waffles, my applesauce waffles. I don't usually eat syrup so much with that. So I have this big thing I just filled of powdered sugar. So I'm going to put some of this in a smaller container and have it here on the counter so I don't have to run to the pantry every time I want a teaspoon or so of powdered sugar. That ought to do it. It's probably too big for it, but here it is. I have some Cheerios here. I did the food bank and did a delivery, and they had these Cheerios this time. And I asked my client if he wanted them. He said no. He doesn't usually eat cereal, so I just took it home. So I'm going to put some in this big container. They're good sometimes. Whoops, of course, there is just a little bit too much. I don't think I'm going to be able to save this. I'll probably have to put the rest in another container. Let's fill it up here. Just a little bit too much for a half gallon. It's not even the full container. I ate a couple bowls of it these last couple days. So there we go. Well, I finally cracked open the Great Values pancake and waffle mix. It's a couple bucks cheaper than Krusteaz, and I thought I'd give it a try, and so far so good. I've made pumpkin waffles with them and they came out just fine. Now I have this big bag, and I had this in the freezer for a little while, and there's no room for it in the freezer, and I think you just need 48 hours or something like that. So I'm going to transfer it to this container, which I think is going to be too small. I think any container is going to be too small, but we'll start with this one. This was originally a 5-pound box minus 3 cups. So let's see what happens. I am really loving these waffles that have like either applesauce or pumpkin in them or something like that. It just stretches the mix and they make them a little more substantial. They fill you up better than just the plain old white flour. I also sometimes add cornmeal or wheat flour to this, like about 25%. All right. Might be able to get a little bit more in there. Well, let's see. I know there's going to be leftovers. All right. Okay, one down. Let's get another. Now I'm going to put it in here. This is a half gallon. I'll probably end up with two half gallons worth. It'll sit in my pantry. Now that I've discovered that adding things to the waffle mix, I tend to make waffles more often than I used to. There we go. So basically I have 2 half gallons. I'm going to be cutting the instructions off and the label off and either taping it or rubber banding this to the containers so I know and remember what they are. So that's it for this month's pantry fill-up. Thank you so much for keeping me company through the month as I continue to move things around and finish things and repackage. It's an ongoing process, and I appreciate your company so much. Thank you so much for watching.